Yeah?
Yes. We're a little later than usual this week due to life, but it is our first official show of 2026. What's up, Chris?
Not too much.
No,
I'm not saying one way or the other, but this is a good show to start a year off with.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
100% on
back
my
to form.
choosing of films that help illustrate what outside the cinema is.
Yep. Yep. So it's 2 documentaries.
Yep. 2 documentaries about spam.
Tegan and Sarah, right?
Oh, man, that catfishing documentary about them is so fucking good. It is so fucking sad, but like so good at the same time. Yes, no,
Anyway.
it is our first show of 2026. Welcome back, everybody. This is Outside the Cinema. We are your weekly source for cult movie discussion. And for the first time in like a month and a half, we're actually doing films that are outside the cinema worthy in canon.
Yeah.
In canon, which that rule is 10 years or older, films that could be considered a cult film or should be considered or should they not be considered to be a cult film. And this week on the show, we have a doozy. We have one that's a doozy and one that's a oozy.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I could have been in a different mood than normal watching these. So
Well,
who
and
knows?
this thing too, with both of these films, I feel like both of them could hit. And it's one of those things where we put them together.
Yep.
There are 2 that I just had, I've got the master list and I'm like, yep, Super Ninja.
Yeah.
Super Ninja. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And then also Splatter University. Anytime we come across an 80s slasher that we haven't seen, regardless of what the word on the street is,
Yep.
we got to check it out. So, Super Ninja, Splatter University are our films this week. I do wish I could say that 2026 has started off better in the world, but no, it hasn't. And we don't even need to get into it, but
I'm going to quote a movie. I'm beyond the capacity for reasonable thought.
Mm-hmm.
But it's rational thought in the movie anyway. It's Egon being scared. So take that as you will.
Yep. So
if I start, I'm not going to stop.
No, and that's why we're going to cut it right there.
Yep.
And I'm 100%
I
with
agree.
you. And I will just tell everyone, as I know we got a lot of listeners in Canada, we got a lot of listeners in the UK, what the United States is politically and being seen by the rest of the world know that the majority, and at this point, the mass majority of us that live here do not approve of what has happened.
Yeah, it's like 2% of rich people.
Even that, I'm not so sure anymore. I think we are down to that.
1% of evangelical Christian nationalists.
Correct.
I mean, I was going to text you and say, hey, I got to drop Stephen Miller off at the pool, but it sounded too nice.
It's like
for having to take a shit. So
it's just it's ridiculous. So that's all we'll say about that.
One bullet fixes everything. Just eat the bullet. You get your iron for the whole day. See? I didn't say anything bad about that. Hey, I have a question. I have a legitimate, real question.
Okay.
So
if it's a legitimate question,
it's
because everything we do on the show is legitimate.
All right, let me put it this way. This is a question I don't want to ask Google or search anywhere.
Okay,
right?
Hang on. Let me get Google up.
Yeah, good. So, like, we know you cannot, like, even joke about assassinations in regard to political people.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Even all the way up to the top orange in the tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it illegal to wish that they do it to themselves?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
All right. I'll reword it for the monkey paw then.
For the monkey paw.
And honestly, I would take a monkey paw wish to end all this because there is nothing that monkey paw could do to make it worse than how we are now. Except maybe add radiation to the whole thing.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. We're going to see a lot of movies like we had in the 80s again because I was going through Tubi reading the descriptions. 5 fucking movies were like, after World War III.
I know, man. I know.
The people of America have to fight a fascist government. I'm like, oh, God damn it. We're living in the Children of Men times right now, though.
Almost. We're getting there. All right. That's too much to talk about it already.
I connected it to movies. So there we go.
Let's get into Super Ninja. I don't see a trailer on their IMDb, and I don't see it.
No.
And there's no trailer.
Because no matter what they put up in it, you get a copyright strike.
A good point. It's a really good point. Yeah, no trailer, not on the Tubi page either.
Huh.
Well, let's try IMDb. I mean, let's try YouTube, because what I like now is I bring up the IMDb to get all the information that I ignore usually. And then
me too.
Usually the trailer is there a lot of times,
right?
But it is not there for this one, and it's probably because it's got a bunch of different names and different just reuse things multiple times, I'm assuming. Super Ninja 84 English dub. Let's take a listen to see if that works.
Hold it! Mr. Tang wants your area, but you refuse.
Mr. Tang?
He says, if you refuse again, you'll be next on his list.
Where is Mr. Tang? I want to see him.
If you get close enough to see him, then you'll be dead. He only wants your territory, not your life.
Oh?
I suggest you consider his offer. Mr. Tom, everything is organized.
Men will always die for money. They value it above their lives. Oh, that's fine. We'll give them what they want.
Dealing with greedy men is easy. But boss, don't you think we should stop the professor?
Later. When John's convicted, we'll deal with the professor then. Without John, the professor isn't really a problem.
Not a trailer.
He says everything twice.
He does.
But in a different way. It's really...
All right, so Super Ninja is one I've had on the back burner for quite a while, and I will just be honest with you guys. I was an idiot for not choosing it sooner.
I mean, this is like episode 1 stuff right here.
My God, yeah. This is so Super Ninja 1984. Original title Ying Zi Jun Tuan. This is directed by Kuo Ren Wu, written by Kang Nin Lee. Director Kuo Ren. Death Games, Ninja Condor 13. He was a cinematographer on something called The Chinese Ghostbuster. You're going to have to look into that one.
Googling.
And Exorcist Master. Ghostly Love.
Only one of them has my attention right now.
Exorcist Master doesn't have your attention? That's like an Exorcist.
Not over the Chinese Ghostbuster? No.
That's 1994.
No. It is. So I'll see if I can find a copy of that.
Wouldn't be surprised if it's available on Tubi.
Probably, yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. Starring Alexander Raylo as John. He's being put into a place of Bruce Lee-like worship in this film. He is very much front and center as the fucking man. So you got John and you got Spencer.
It's Super Ninja for anybody interested that wants to watch along with as we talk, which won't happen. It's on YouTube under the Wu-Tang Collection. So
really,
it's right there for free. Yeah.
As far as I could tell, there was no Wu-Tang connection in this.
Nah, I don't know. It's just in there. So it's Wu-Tang Collection is the channel, and it's
Wu-Tang Collection. Okay, that's the channel.
Yeah. Yeah. But the title of this is Wu-Tang Collection dash Super Ninja, 2 separate words for people looking it up, and then in parentheses widescreen.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's no Wu-Tang affiliation with this film.
No, I didn't see anything over.
But we also did watch a dubbing that was a really bad dubbing. By people that they dubbed it into English with people that could barely speak English.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, it makes for a great viewing experience.
It absolutely does.
So you got John. Who is John, you ask? Well, he's the fucking Super Ninja. But you don't know that yet.
Right.
What we do know, John, is... What?
Don't know if he knows that or not yet. He probably does.
We didn't know it, though.
No.
Because we get a large number. We get an opening scene with a fucking ninja scurrying down between two stone blocks, and we realize that he's in training and he's fighting all of the ninjas. And that's kind of like the thing when you're training as a ninja, you get to fight all of the other ninjas.
Yeah.
At once.
Right.
To show who king or super ninja is.
Yeah. I think the rules of that dojo is the first one to put on a different color is the one that gets to fight everybody.
Yeah, goddamn, this really is the Fruity Pebbles of ninjas.
It's at one point I turned to my wife, I'm like, who the fuck is this baked potato he's fighting now? Because there's a baked potato from Arby's in there with gold foil and everything.
Well, the
Really
Gold
nice.
Lame Ninja was my personal
Yep.
favorite. He was supposed to be one of the 5 element ninjas.
Yep. Ninjarachi, like Liberace.
Yeah, Ninjarachi is I thought of him as the Reno, Nevada of ninjas.
Yeah.
Like trying really hard to be like, no, I'm something too. You don't need to look at Vegas.
Yep.
Look at me.
No,
I'm Reno,
hey.
Nevada.
I'm not Branson, so that's all right.
No, Branson was the guy in the blue. But they had the 5 element ninjas. One of them was wearing gold lame.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was in bright red. One of them was in bright blue. One of them was in camo.
I didn't see him, but it's so easy to keep track of them. Like who's who?
That's one of the things I've always loved about like ninja movies in general is that how they really fly in the face of what actual ninja culture was and what they were. They were silent,
the exact
invisible
opposite.
assassins.
They dressed like farmers and killed you with like a spade when you weren't looking.
Yes.
They're literally sneaky. Yeah. We had a lot of jokes in the beginning of this with the absolutely pure white ninja in the dirt. I'm like, this is like a cartoon ninja for their times. This is what they looked like. This is what they this is Batman, right? Ninja. So it's all like, yeah, it's superstition and it's legend, and I don't know, it's probably one specific story that did it. Like everything else has that one thing that kicks it. But
the general idea, ninjas are silent, invisible assassins.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But
so dressing in gold lame is probably not conducive to what you're attempting to do.
Right.
And the good guy is always the white ninja. Also, probably, unless you're in, okay, you know what, I'll give you some slack. If you're maybe running a ninja mission in Alaska,
yeah,
you can get away with being the white ninja.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I was just thinking. White, I know in Japan, I'm not sure about China or any region of China, but it could stand to reason that if a bunch of other Asian countries use white to signify death, it could be more of a psychological tactic.
Okay.
But
either
the red
way.
one, the purple one, the Green Ranger, I don't know. I don't know.
So we have John, played by Alexander Raylo, who has got a mile-long number of different martial arts and ninja films. Just run through some titles here. They'll sound interesting to you guys. Shaolin Dynamite, Bloody Brothers, Angel of Vengeance, Passionate Dream.
Oh.
No Guilt, Life is a Bet, The Magic Amethyst, Legend of the Drunken Tiger. I'm not going to try to pronounce the ones that don't have English titles because I will be insulting. Ninja, The Battalion, Ninja Condor 13, Ninja Death 2, Promising Young Boy, Wu-Tang versus Ninja, Ninja Death, Ninja Death 3, Ninja The Final Duel, Shadow Tigers, Tiger Force, Young Dragons, Kung Fu Kids.
Ooh, he's taking a chance without ninja in the title. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
He had to go back to ninja
Shaolin.
in the title. There's another ninja in the title.
Kung Fu Commandos. And I left out probably about 35 titles there, guys. The guy, martial arts master, ninja movie star, martial art. And I'll tell you, he's got the 80s style mullet. He's got the look. He's supposed to be a New York cop. Him and his partner, who is an African American gentleman. I will put
his voice isn't.
No, his voice is not. Every time he speaks, you literally see a 4'9", probably 17-year-old Chinese kid who's just learned how to speak English.
I was thinking every time he talks, the Civil Liberties Union files an injunction.
Yeah, the dubbing in this movie is borderline racist.
Yeah.
Not because
What border though? Like
Well, yeah, and that's the thing
5
is,
miles over the line.
You're listening to it and you're like,
Yeah.
my God, this is a stereotype of Asian accents.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they hired Asian voice actors who spoke English. You know, I'm saying in air quotes, spoke English because it was probably just the easier thing or the cheaper thing for them to do rather than actually send it to the United States and have American voice actors or, you know, natural first language is English voice actors take over. So it seems racist because it seems like they're joking, but they're not.
Yeah. Right. I mean, yeah. I can't expand on that anymore. You got it.
Cool. So you got John and Simon. They are no nonsense New York policemen who only fight crime apparently in the depths of the darkness of Central Park.
Yeah, and they are deeply in love with each other but refuse to acknowledge it.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
A lot of hanky-panky going on. A lot of unneeded hugs and random placing of
Volleyball.
hands on bellies and stuff like that.
A lot of playing with the boys.
Oh, Spencer, it's okay. Wait, I did that backwards. Spencer's the African American. He's like,
Nobody cares.
oh, John. He pats him on the belly. He's like, oh, good. But so John and him are, you know, like we get like a classic scene where they're called into the chief's office and they're like, why did you arrest the senator's son? And the guy's like, because he was dealing drugs.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't be doing that. And he's like, what? What do you mean I can't be doing that? The guy was selling drugs and we busted him for it. Well, I didn't know he was the congressman's son or whatever. So you get the thing there. We know that the police captain, chief, lieutenant, sergeant, whoever he is, we know he's an asshole. He's not ends up not being like one of like the bad guys. He's not like on the like the you know, the big bad's payroll or whatever. He's just, I guess, racist is what it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he doesn't like the what he calls, doesn't he call him a Chinaman at one point? There's a lot of no longer used slang.
Yeah,
the
casual
dubbing of this.
slurs, I think, is what we could call them.
Casual racist slurs, yes.
Yeah, like the stuff that you could say out loud back then, and everybody would laugh at your joke.
But now you're like, you hear it, and you're like, oh,
yeah, yeah, it's definitely somebody. No, no.
So basically, what ends up happening is they frame John. There's John and there's Spencer. They're the two quote unquote good guy cops. There is the police captain or chief or whatever, and the other cops who are just like assholes. And then you have the third part of it, which is the underground syndicate of Fruity Pebbles ninjas that are trying to take over all of the drug trade in New York City. But then half the movie takes place in China, so who knows?
Right. Nobody knows.
They're trying to take over the New York City drug trade from mainland China.
Yeah.
But either way,
that used to sound like it could be ridiculous, but I don't know. These days, probably already happened.
They're the Temu of drug cartels.
You can get
the
it cheaper
drug cartel.
I'm off of that.
You might not get exactly what you ordered, or if you order it, you might get something that is half the size of what you expected. Funny story to quickly diverse into Temu territory here. I'm not going to say that I don't order from Temu because I do.
Yeah.
I order garbage from Temu all the time. But my mother-in-law ordered for Christmas, she ordered all new towels for her house
Okay.
for Christmas. She ordered extra large bath/shower towels.
Okay.
She gets these towels. And they are the size of a face cloth.
That's terrible.
And she looks at them and she's just like, here's the thing. It's actually a pretty nice face cloth. Like, it's not like bad quality. It's just a eighth of the size she was expecting it to be. And she now has 8 of them, all charcoal gray. And I was like, well, look on the bright side of it. It was like $7 for the 8 face cloths that you got, and that's still a good price for those face cloths.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway,
there is on AliExpress and Temu and stuff. The one thing that I would say, order these. If you use magic erasers, the Ajax or Arm & Hammer, and it's that weird spongy stuff that eventually wears away, you could probably buy 100 of them for the price of 5 or 10 here.
Yeah. Stuff like that's fine. Where you're not wanting to spend your money at Temu is on like a motorcycle.
Oh God, no. No, I bought some like 50-cent posters printed on brown paper for my office because I needed to fill the walls right away or I was going to go crazy. So I'm like, yep, all the 50s sci-fi and horror stuff. Here we go. Good.
Yep. I buy like simple stuff.
Yeah.
Cables. Actually, I got one right here that I got.
I buy simple stuff too, like a Lego Ghostbusters firehouse.
Yeah, like stuff with like to like cable control.
Oh yeah.
Like shit like that.
Of course.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this movie
feels like 2 or 3 different movies mashed together.
and maybe it very well could be. But either way, so the drug peddling ninjas frame John because he's the one
drug
cop.
peddling ninjas.
He's the one cop apparently that is either, I'm guessing, not on the take or they feel is actually good enough at his job to make an impact.
Yeah.
So they frame him and lock him up in jail. We also have his girlfriend, who is Nancy, and her dad, who is, what was it? The dad? He's a doctor of some sort.
I can't remember now.
I don't remember what his name was, but he's a doctor of some part that is doing research and has a formula that does something. Do we ever told what it does? No. But for some reason, the drug peddling Fruity Pebble ninjas need to have it.
It's ninja juice.
It could be.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
A specific colored dye to put on the ninja outfits so that they actually are not seen.
It's brown.
It could be brown or black.
Yeah, maybe it's just like Pepsi syrup or something.
It's
what I made.
Implied that it's some sort of medical serum or injection or something. That when
the easiest thing was like super soldier shit.
No, I didn't even get that. I got it was like it would keep people off drugs.
Oh,
that's kind of like, and that's me reading into it pretty deep. That the drug ninjas,
I like
the drug ninjas needed to get that so that this didn't become a thing to help keep people off of drugs.
Okay,
like a methadone or something that would be like that helps get you off of heroin. I mean, methadone is just as bad. You're just trading one thing for another. But I shouldn't say that. That's not true.
I mean,
it's
without
not entirely true,
unless you have guidance.
Right? Exactly.
It could be that it makes it super addictive, and that's why they wanted to put in their stuff because then they'll only get it from them. So that's, I don't know.
It could be
the
anything.
opposite of what you said, but it's like the same reason.
But they never tell us.
No, why
they
would
never tell us what it is. We just know that the drug ninjas are going after it. And it's
sort of
John's
respect
girlfriend's dad that's the doctor.
Yeah, I kind of respect that though.
Kind of. So either way, the dad/doctor is very quickly killed. Very quickly killed. And the daughter gets the serum or the recipe for the serum or whatever. John is locked up and he keeps telling them, like, listen, like, I didn't do this. I don't know what's going on. And all of the police are like, yeah, right. Right. We know you did it. We found drugs in your shoe. Actually, they found them in the back of the toilet. They opened up the toilet and there was a bag of white powder in the toilet. Well, either way, John.
Interesting how he knew where it was.
Yeah, right. I mean, and here's the thing: like this whole thing could the police could have set him up, but we're never showed that or told that.
Yeah.
So John eventually escapes, as super ninjas are known to do.
Yeah,
and he is now on the run. And there's some in what this film lacks in storytelling or clear explanation of facts. It overdoes exponentially in ridiculous, over-the-top fight scenes.
Oh yeah.
And one unneeded sex scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fight scenes in this movie are those fight scenes that are so fucking ridiculous that you can't help but be thoroughly and fully entertained by what you're watching.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I this movie gave me the opportunity to explain what's it called? The wire work. How it inspired the stuff in Big Trouble in Little China, connected it to other stuff. But I was very disappointed that these were all low blood pressure ninjas. They're all very chill and relaxed. None of them sprayed at all. So it must have been before that onset accident with the pressure on the blood. Because that let me down a little bit because I was waiting for it because that would add just another layer of cartoonishness to it.
Yeah.
Which
Well, and the fighting
wouldn't have hurt or helped it at that point.
And here's the thing, the fighting itself is actually not choreographed poorly. It's not terrible.
No.
But what makes it so fucking ridiculous is it's sped up probably 2 or 3 times its actual film speed. It's ridiculous.
I had joked with you. First, I was about 5 minutes in, and I wrote to you, and I'm like, "The fuck is this?" Basically. But then I made a joke that it's like Tenet, and it only made sense to me and Rip because we were basically. There's so much reverse footage of him like jumping out of a tree, but making it look like he's flipping back up into it.
Yep.
I'm like, that's why it's Tenet because the ninja stuff is moving backwards and the regular stuff's moving forward. But no, that was the. I wanted to explain that because I was kind of proud of that joke.
That's a good joke. I like that.
Not fully proud of it, just a little bit.
No, it was good. It was good.
So,
but it was like each fight scene had these just ridiculous sped up parts, and almost every single one had multiple times where there'd be some really bizarre special effects thing that they would do that just doesn't make sense to the fight in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. And I'm not going to say what any of them are because you kind of need to experience it. And this is available to watch on Tubi for free also if you don't want to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Little spoiler. I'm gonna anything I say, you need to understand that I am going to recommend this movie very highly because of how bad it is.
No question.
So everything I say here is meant as a positive. So anything I've said, it just adds to the camp. I mean, I was going to call it cheesiness, but really, we have colored ninjas. It's like an M&M convention with swords. There's we go.
So many things to like about it.
Yeah, and it's stupid. If you know it's stupid, you just go with it. And it's one of those that's not going to make sense. And if you're not okay with that, just don't watch it.
There's just a number of scenes where you're just like scratching your head, like, why are we going here? And the one that had me scratching my head the most because I just didn't understand why they were doing it. They have arrested John. They are now, quote unquote, questioning John. Okay. This is just the police, and they're just like beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, weren't they his coworkers?
They were his coworkers
10 minutes ago.
Beating the shit out of him, and then they're like, the girlfriend's here. Bring in the girlfriend. So they bring the girlfriend in with all of the other cops in the room after they've beat the shit out of him. And the guy that's the captain or the main police officer then proceeds to be like, well, if you two are going to talk, I'm going to need to check and make sure she's not smuggling in or carrying in any weapons. And then proceeds to fondle her for like 2-3 minutes. And like in the most creepy, like, and the voiceover dubbing in it is magical. Because if you were to watch it without any sound, it would be like really creepy. And like, oh man, like she is not enjoying this. But as he's like unbuttoning her jumpsuit and then like putting his hands on the inside of her legs and running his hands up, he's like, like, and it comes off fucking so silly.
Maybe that was a dubbing choice when they're like, this gets dark. We can't do this. I don't like this. Make it stupid.
He's like, you have legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also, I firmly believe that there was only maybe 2 or 3 guys doing the dubbing for every single character,
100%.
including the female characters.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the female character, because there's only one.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, and so then John escapes and then is basically like, oh, I have to go to China. I'm like, you're an escaped convict.
Yeah. But he's an
get on a
escaped
plane and fly
convict.
to China? Like,
He's an escaped convict in the 80s. So
that's a good point. Yeah, there's no TSA at that point.
no. No. Oh,
so
I forgot my ID's in my suitcase.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Okay, let me just write your name down.
Yep. Yep. Jonathan Doe.
He just writes
As
down
in
Super
fried dough.
Ninja.
Yeah.
White Super Ninja. So then
Yeah.
so he goes to China and he fights all the ninjas. And there's really not a lot. But here's the thing is there's a million other things we could say about this film, but there's really not a lot else to say because there's essentially 3 storylines going on, and at no point do they ever really intersect, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, and none of them are that deep, which usually you get if they connect, because then you see the whole deeper story unfold. But this felt like it was edited together by a newbie, or it was just
like high school
chopped.
project type.
It could have been chopped to hell in the years since, so I take that back. I don't know, but the editing that we're presented with is bad.
The fight scene where he is escaped and trying to get away from the other cops, and he just goes full on fucking murder mode when he just starts killing all the cops.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, like, okay. All right.
Prove you didn't kill those people by killing these people.
Right. And then I'm like, at the end of it, I'm like, oh, well, if he ever goes back to New York, he's fucked. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. Unless he kills all those people.
whether or not he did the drugs or not, he did murder 12 cops in Central Park.
Yeah, that is true.
Chris, I know you already said it, but you can reiterate it. Do you recommend it? What is your grade for the Super Ninja?
Yeah, I'm going to recommend this. And that also is keeping in mind that a good portion of this soundtrack is A New Hope soundtrack with somebody's finger held on the record to slow it down. And I didn't instantly recognize it because I didn't do shit like that with my records all the time, especially that one. So there's a lot of good music.
It was also Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, it was just John Williams. I think I heard E.T. in there at one point too. So the music's good. It's just not presented good because it slows it down. So it's got this weird thing to it. But as a cult movie, I mean, this is ready to go. This is just ripe for making fun of and just having a blast with. This is, even by myself, I think I would have enjoyed watching this, because once you get past the, oh my God, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen, then you're good if you can make it past that point.
And there's a certain, I mean, we've talked about the so bad it's good art. Like there's a certain art to being able to make a so bad it's good movie. And when you get that point where you're like, oh my God, and then you're like, oh wait, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
like,
it's I think it's that sincerity that we can feel from the people, from when it's made. Like, you can tell if somebody's like, I made this movie because I was pissed off. Yeah, we got you. You know, we made this movie because So a lot of times I think we've become more sensitive to like hidden cues. Because you can tell, Wesley Snipes, when an actor's not interested in doing what they were hired to do. And you can tell when they just go all in on it, like Matthew McConaughey in that Texas Chainsaw movie.
Yeah.
I mean, good or bad, he gave it everything he had, and I respect him for that.
For sure.
And that's what they're doing here. I mean, the Kung Fu movies are not highly regarded, so there's no real pedestal that this should be put on, except you will have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
So B+ as a fun movie. If this was a real like I'm writing this for a newspaper. It's I don't know why they imported this over here. Don't waste your money on it. If it's free, fucking watch it though. But yeah, this is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you there. I absolutely recommend that. It's just there are few things that will put a smile on my face easier than an over-the-top, ridiculous martial arts film that just is doing what it's doing and does not even think twice about it. And this film is one of the best examples we've had in a really long time of them just, this is what it is. And then there's that extra element of like the fact that it's dubbed.
Right.
And the dubbing is the same exact way of like, all right, Larry and Johnny, I need you guys to dub this movie.
Yeah. All right, we'll have it for you Thursday.
Yeah, and it's just the two of them. Like, it's
on a cassette.
It's fun, and I'm just like, I don't even care how ridiculous this is because there's just so many things that just like don't go anywhere, and that can also be the like end of a movie where you're watching like, oh well, I mean, how many times have we been like, I needed more, and this I'm like, I don't want. They gave me more than I needed.
Yeah,
I didn't actually even need the explanation that they gave, and there wasn't one. So. B plus, borderline A minus in terms of enjoyment. It's not a well-made film. The transfer is garbage, but these are the movies that you overlook that.
I actually really liked the old beat-up print that they had as their.
Oh, it works perfectly.
Their streaming. Yeah. It's kind of comforting. That's how
the crackle on the soundtrack
on TV.
And
that's nice.
100%.
It fits that film,
so
it's good.
I do think. In some shape or form, we will talk about this again in about a month when we do the year-end show wrap-up. So
yeah, it might be. It might be.
Moving on now, can 1984's Splatter University compare? I do have a trailer. Let's see.
First, you were frightened by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then you were terrorized by Halloween. And now, prepare to be pulverized, traumatized, and hospitalized by Splatter U. More horrifying than you could possibly imagine. Unlike anything you've ever seen. And more.
Hey guys, let's party!
Splatter University, where the school colors are blood red, and not only classes are cut.
Tom? If you think you're funny, you're not!
At Splatter U, everyone parties and has a ball. At Splatter U, it's not whether you pass or fail, but whether you live or die. And when you gotta go, you gotta go. Yes, at Splatter U, the only requirement is survival. Splatter U. It's the only education you'll ever need. Enroll now at a theater near you and earn a higher degree in blood-dripping terror. Splatter U.
God damn, that's a good trailer.
The voice is fantastic.
That is a perfect trailer for this movie. Splatter University, 1984. Directed by Richard W. Haynes. Written by Michael Cunningham, Richard W. Haynes, and John Elias McCallis. Let's take a look at Mr. Haynes here and see what he is best known for. All right. Worked on Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High, Alien Space Avenger. All right, so he's done a lot of editing work. He was one of the editors on Toxic Avenger.
Okay.
Looks like he did a lot. He worked on Stuck on You, which is also a trauma flick. So Lloyd Kaufman was actually one of the producers on this.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's not a trauma movie per se, but it's in that world. This is classic 80s slasher. This is classic unknown killer, high body count, multiple scenarios that can play itself out, and also a severe lack of information given.
Yeah. Yeah.
Film starts off in a mental hospital, and mental hospital patient escapes. We fast forward
as they are
known to do. They are known to do. We fast forward 3 long years.
Yep.
To a college where a teacher is then murdered inside one of her classrooms via kitchen knife. All of the murders are done by a kitchen knife, but we get a reveal of what the weapon is later on. And once it's given the reveal, you realize they're not the same weapon. So,
well, yeah.
But also, if you watch that trailer, you'll see who the killer is, because they don't actually do a very good job of hiding the killer in the trailer. So, but it's supposed to be a whodunit, the whole thing. So we meet Julie, who is the new teacher taking over for the teacher that was murdered. We get a large number of those, like, oh, did you hear about the teacher that was murdered? And then we have a large group of, I'm going to say, children, college students, that are all at least in their mid 40s. Well, no, maybe 30s.
You know what? I'm okay if they say college. Then whatever. You know, that's 15 to day before you die. I'm good with that.
That works. But all of the
high school,
all of the men are very much your typical stereotype of an 80s college hornball guy.
Yeah.
All of them have no filter. They all have the idea that every time a girl is near them, whether they are their girlfriend or not, they're just fair play to hit on and force themselves upon.
Yeah.
It's a very 80s thing. I mean, it is what it is. Again, just like Super Ninja, very much a, product of its time. We can watch it with 26 eyes and be like, oh, me too.
Well, I mean, we do look at it, we're like, yeah, that's not cool. We shouldn't be touching other people.
But in the frame of this movie, it's just
so.
Everyday occurrences. So,
well, this is the Porky's mindset, right?
Very much so. Yeah, very much so. So Julie is taken over as this new teacher. She's meeting a bunch of new kids. It basically runs itself in most, common ways with other splatter movies not splatter, but slasher movies from this time period. Because there's definitely a large number of murders in this, and they're all fairly tame for what they're doing here. Like, it's called Splatter You, but like, it's not, and also a number of the injuries that are inflicted in the murders are ones that wouldn't necessarily kill someone. Like, one girl gets cut across the scalp.
Yeah.
And that's it. And she's just dead.
Also, any movie where they get stabbed in the lower abdomen and blood immediately comes out of their mouth, it's like they don't know what they're doing. That doesn't happen immediately. At least you gotta get stabbed and stuff. You can see a throat. Like, come on. I'm gonna get shot in the leg and vomit blood. Clearly there was something else wrong with me to start with. Thank you for the bullet.
Yeah. So this movie is, and this is the thing I say, and I hate when I say it, but I always say it is thoroughly fine in what it's doing. There's some interesting story stuff, I think, going on here that's just not developed enough, which then, they take this story where you're like, okay, I kind of see what we're doing here. And then they go on to some other stupid subplot that they also have only, not even half, like quarter developed to then move on to something else. And
I will say the people are better developed than the other one. For all of the branching stuff going on.
Some of them are. The students, for the most part, are just fodder to be murdered.
True.
What this film doesn't do that some other slasher movies that are, in that upper echelon, whether it's, original Friday the 13th or, Mighty Bloody Valentine or these ones that we watch that work, is they don't do a very good job of actually creating any tension with the killer, because we don't get any type of backstory on the killer until like the final act of the movie. Like, it's not even an info. It actually is an info dump being explained by two people at the very end. But when you are given the reveal of who the killer is, it's, number one, not really very surprising, but it also could be at the same time, because we don't get any of those scenes where like we see the killer in their element of like why they kill. We don't know why they kill until the very, very end. And then the reason we're given is really just kind of like a very generic, like, oh, well, he escaped from a mental institution because of A, B, and C.
It was all a dream.
No dreams in this one.
No, but that is another one. That's the same level of cop-out, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, and in the end of the film, like, they could have really, I think, saved a lot of the things that they had fumbled earlier in the film with giving a really good, tight, conclusion. And they fumbled the conclusion of it, too. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but, like, it's just kind of an underwhelming, like, the final girl dies.
Yeah, and the director fought for that, I read.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because that's the original, and the studio was like, can you do I guess, if I remember right, they filmed a happy ending after the test audience stuff, but it feels like because this has the original ending that since I've never heard of it either. I don't think, have you heard of this before? I haven't heard of it either. There's the whole conversation without you answering.
Yep.
It feels like it might have been punished because they fought against it. Because I'd never seen it, heard of it. The cover didn't look familiar.
Yeah, I randomly came across it on Tubi and saw some stuff, and I realized if it's a slasher I haven't heard of, it's worth giving a shot regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This looks like garbage. As you're flipping through Tubi, it looks like, oh, there's another one of those. We just made this over the weekend and developed this photo from a goddamn Polaroid.
Right.
It's what it felt like. But there for this level of film, there was decent acting.
Not bad.
There was some good actors in this, and I want to say there was at least one person that kind of moved up and had a career from it, but I was actually second guessing myself as to who I thought the killer was, because they did a really decent job of like giving you a hint and then saying, "Oh yeah, but what about that guy?" And they're like, "Ah, shit, yeah, that guy." And it bounced back. I don't know if it's because there was a lack of story or because it was told correctly. But I didn't feel, with the reveal of the killer, I didn't feel pissed off. I'm like, yep, okay, that makes sense. And I see how they got me
agree.
Away from that. It was the very, very end that just almost ruined the whole thing. Well, I was having fun with it, which is really sad. And I'm not one of those people. I'm like, hey, you got to end it somehow. But this is a cop-out ending. And I just didn't like that. I actually yelled at it a little bit.
Yeah. The reveal of the killer, for me, like, it made sense and it worked for what they were doing. But the problem was the actor's, like, expressions and the way he acted was a little too silly for what they were trying to accomplish there, I think. And though not a complete waste, I just felt like if you could have nailed this, it would have made the other things that didn't work less glaring.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Can't argue that. It does feel like first project kind of stuff, though, doesn't it? Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, a slasher I've never heard of. I will always walk into that with, oh, what the fuck am I getting into? And then I level myself out when I get the first few lines delivered, and I'm like, that's what they chose to lead this movie with. Okay, that's what I gotta go with.
Yeah, I feel like so. Slashers that work, one of the ones I always kind of go back to, and I actually haven't watched it in a while, and I think Happy Birthday to Me is the one I'm thinking of. That was smart. Like, the way that they played everything out, used the characters to move the story along, and were creative in what they were doing was something different in that movie. Whereas, like, it is a slasher through and through, but there's some things going on in it that set it apart and put it above things like, Graduation Day, or what was the other? There was another one that took place in a school that I'm drawing a blank on. Not
Slaughter High.
Maybe Slaughter High.
Student Bodies.
Student Bodies was a comedy, though.
Yeah. I mean, this was right on the edge. Like, it just needed a wink at the camera once and it would have tripped over into comedy. But. Before we grade, I'll just say it's not a complete loss, but it's also not something that's going to change the world. No, that's true.
All right, Chris, do you recommend, and what is your grade for Splatter University?
I am actually going to recommend it because the mystery part, the core part of the movie was written pretty well. The idea of who's doing it, and not the why, but who's doing it and how they're getting away with it. That's always my biggest thing is can the character reasonably get away with what the film's claiming they're doing? And yeah, there's good reasons that they can do that too. And I appreciated that because I really thought it was somebody else for a good half of the movie. And I was trying, but it was so back and forth. Like they balanced it. If that's what they concentrated on, then they did a fantastic job with that. I thought that there was some stuff, just normal dialogue between characters, like throwaway stuff that was kind of good, and like almost felt like it's underrated performance stuff. I don't know. There's something about the cast that was just like, yeah, I mean, they seem like all right people, and they're doing a good job.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone...
I was in a forgiving mood.
Yeah, and like, there's nobody that was like lifelong actors in this either. I don't think. I think a lot of these people were probably like friends of the director, or like
even considering
but they all did a good
that
job.
Considering that too, it's even more impressive to me because,
excuse me,
because of what it is. So are we doing the thing now? Is that what's going on? Okay, yeah. So I recommend it as a movie and as a cult movie. I think this should be considered as a cult movie because it's a lot better than other slashers, and this is another like one and done kind of thing. Which those, if it's good, those always impress me more because you had your shot and you took it, and I'll notice for you. I see you did a good job. But I'm just looking for things to be positive about.
No,
so
absolutely.
I'm trying to be positive about this. The ending, though, fuck you, ending.
Yeah, bad ending.
That was the worst decision in the whole movie. Like both movies, that was the worst decision all week.
All right.
So B- because I did enjoy it, but
I'm not too far off from you. I think you enjoyed it more than I did, but
yeah.
At the same time, I'm gonna give it a tepid recommend. Especially if you're a slasher fan and you like slasher movies, then this is not even in the discussion for worst or anything like that. It is super middle of the road, which means you're going to have times where, like, if it hits you in the right mood, you're going to love it. You'll be like, you know what, that was not bad. And there'll be times where you'll be like, oh, this is fucking terrible. So it's, this is definitely one where, like, I think it's a middle of the roader. I think if you like slasher movies, you should see it. If you don't like slasher movies, then don't. But, like, overall, like, if it's something, you're into that subgenre, then yeah, it's worth checking out because it's one I don't hear talked about very often.
Yeah, like I said, I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, I think I maybe had scrolled across it a couple times, but I didn't know anything about it. So
yeah, but from all the video stores we worked in, never.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. But yeah, it's fine. There's some stuff in it that works. There's some stuff in it that doesn't.
But there's more that works than doesn't. So
I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say so. So yeah, I'll give it a tepid recommend. But I definitely think it's the type of film where, like, you're not gonna wait. It's not a waste of time. It's cheap and it shows it, but that's fine.
In a good way. I feel like it's in a good way in this one. Yeah.
So you went B-.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go C+. Okay. I'm gonna go C+. Okay. It's decent. It's decent. Speaking of decent.
Oh, before we do that, can I something that you recommended
What?
I watched. And Naked Gun probably would have been in my top 3.
Yeah, it's great, right?
It was so much funnier than I expected. And I am horrible on comedies because I have a very specific sense of humor. But the thing that my kids kept mentioning back, and even my wife was like, you laugh. That's the loudest I've heard you laugh. When he walks into the one party and you hear champagne, coat check, and he throws his coat on the champagne and just keeps walking. The look on his face, like if he does a Leslie Nielsen with his career, then fucking hats off to him. He was a little like, because I'm used to him as a serious actor, but after a little bit.
Because he's a good actor.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is surprising that he would do this, but then again, it's not, because he kind of sort of did comedy stuff with the Lego movie. And Oh, and I watched Predator Badlands again for the 3rd time. And that's definitely.
I still haven't watched it. I'll get to it.
Oh, my Ripley watched it with us again last night. And this was the first time she watched it. And I'm not going to say it's predictable, because I didn't go into it thinking about that, but about a half hour into it, she told me how it was going to end.
Okay.
And she was right.
All right.
But it was just a little thing. Like, it wasn't like the big climax of the film. Like, Luke is going to fly down the trench with Han in the back. And it was just like this is going to happen to this guy. And like, either I taught her well or I gave her the genetics to do that.
Probably a combination.
She loved it. Everybody, well, Nova hasn't watched it, but all 3 of us like that. It's my favorite Predator movie as of right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's high praise, Predator 2, which is bad, but also awesome.
Speaking of also awesome.
I'm good.
Joe is doing Hatchet 3 this week. It's good to have him back in the fold. Let's hear what he thought.
Well, hello, Bill. Hello, Chris. And hello, OTC Nation. It's your boy Joe here, and this week Bill took me to a place that is the opposite of what I've got going on right now here in Michigan, the Louisiana Bayou. He made me watch Hatchet 3. I've talked about Danielle Harris the last few weeks, and not nearly enough about Kane Hodder. So let's remedy that real quick. Best known for his role as the namelessly credited older geek in the 1984 movie Hard Bodies, or just as Goon in Lone Wolf McQuade, Kane Hodder is one of those names that is so synonymous with genre films that if he's not on your Mount Rushmore, like, he's got to be the first head you carve on the next mountain over. Like, sure, you're probably going to put Roger Corman on there above Kane Hodder, for sure. But like, on the Rushmore of cult movie figures, he's got to be in contention for one of the other slots, though. I mean, the dude is the most famous guy to play Jason Voorhees, and he didn't even start playing that role until the series started to fall apart. He's the best That's Jason, true. And he played Jason in the 3 worst movies of the series.
That's
7,
fair.
8, and I can't decide between 9 and 10. I enjoy all 4 movies, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But I dare you to say with a straight face that they are not the absolute bottom of that series.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he necessarily adds to the Hatchet series other than a name on the poster that will attract attention. But he plays Victor Crowley so well, and in almost the opposite way that he played Jason. As Jason, he was very slow and deliberate. He did that incredibly cool, like, if Jason's going to turn left, the head goes left and then the body follows thing. It was just amazing. Just that little touch that made it perfect. As Crowley, he's manic and spastic and seems to be shaking with rage the entire time. Like, as Jason, he's a steely, cold killer. As Crowley, he's like a coked up boomhauer on a rampage. That said, both are pretty cool, and he makes things better just for him showing up to set. I mentioned it a bit last week, but the first 3 Hatchet films all take place in the span of like 2 or 3 days. Like, I remodeled our bedroom closet this weekend. It took me a day and a half, and I was fucking exhausted. Like, these people are out here traipsing around the swamps and either killing folks or running away from, like, Sloth from the Goonies on a real bad day. My best, I'd survive a horror movie rationale. You'd have a hard time getting me to leave my house in the first fucking place.
Yep.
If you put me in When a Stranger Calls or You're Next, I'm going to be pretty pants-shittingly terrified. But Hatchet, Friday the 13th, any camp movie ever, The Descent, like, hey, everyone, have fun, be safe, I'll be over here just baking a loaf of rye bread and staining the new shelf I built for my pantry. So Mary Beth has just bested Victor Crowley, sort of. He's an immortal spirit of vengeance, so, like, you're going to need, like, the Baba Yaga or something. So she stops him momentarily, and the next thing she does is report to her local sheriff with, like, a shotgun in one hand and Victor Crowley's scalp in the other. Hey, everyone, PSA from me here. While I don't work in law enforcement, I work out of my county's sheriff's office. And I'm here to tell you, don't do that. You just had 2 days of fighting for your life against, like, a 6'5" special guy who you literally watched turn Tony Todd inside out. And it turned another 24 people into something resembling your Nana's ragu sauce. Like, just, you're out of the woods. Just go to your local diner, get your favorite breakfast, and start plans to move to Peoria, Illinois. Like, I'm pretty sure it's at least medium strength safe there in Peoria. At least from vengeful swamp ghosts that have physically manifested themselves.
Okay. Fair.
Okay, they just introduced a villain in this movie more dastardly than Victor Crowley into the series.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Local deputies are organizing when a team of, I'm guessing, SWAT from somewhere just shows up, and Derek Mears is here. 2 Jasons for the price of, well, this was free on Tubi.
He's a good guy.
Anyway, the villain is his second in command. She's this really pretty brunette lady, built like a WNBA player, and I kind of want to die by snoo. She's a deputy. She sees a deputy opening a bag with, like, a rocket launcher and a grenade launcher and all this shit and accessories, and she asks, "What do you got in there? A nuclear warhead?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I can forgive a lot of grammar and people misspeaking, but nuclear makes me want to join that club from Hostel and sell my house just so I can buy you and torture you into correctly pronouncing that word. Like, I need a Victor Crowley over here on aisle this bitch, please. Post haste, please and thank you. Hatchet 3 is maybe the jokiest of the first 3 films, and I remember thinking that they struck the right balance between horror and comedy back in 2013 or 14 when I first watched it. And here I am a dozen years later, and that still holds. While there are a few, like, Adam Green, oh, I'm just a grown-up 13-year-old boy kind of jokes, there are a few really well-written and really well-timed jokes here that I guarantee will get a legit chuckle out of you. The one that's fresh in my head, because it just happened a moment ago, Caroline Williams is here. And after Victor Crowley pulls a Sub-Zero and just yanks her head right vertically up off the top of her body, he looks up at Danielle Harris, who's standing there terrified, and he just throws Caroline Williams' head like a Roger Clemens fastball, just hits Danielle dead center of the forehead and knocks her goofy.
That should have killed her.
The timing and the way they filmed it, I cackled. I don't cackle a lot. I cackled. Now, here's where Adam Green failed. Caroline Williams knows how to kill Crowley. He needs to be reunited with his father. They get his ashes from Sid Haig. When his ashes get thrown in Crowley's face, he melts away like the guy in RoboCop, the toxic waste guy, combined with drinking out of the wrong Grail cup. It's great. They cut to a fucked up Danielle Harris taking gasping breaths on the cusp of death. She's like, they're like, when somebody's about to die. And then they cut to credits, right? In Hatchet 4, you could have made things really, really, really fucking cool and interesting by having Danielle Harris as the new vengeful swamp spirit instead of just resurrecting Victor Crowley for... I don't even think they explain it. Fuck, here's the thing. The good. It is cameo guest spot heaven here. Zach Galligan, Sid Haig, Caroline Williams, Derek Mears, Ted Geohagen, writer of We Are Still Here and Satanic Panic, and Sean Whalen, who's a weird-looking guy who I always like seeing on film. The bad. Why don't you rewind this thing 30 seconds? I came up with a better part 4 in like 10 minutes than Adam Green did, making an incredibly unnecessary sequel. Boom. Hatchet 3 might be my favorite of the series, so I'm going to give it a B+, and I'll be back next week with, you know what? I'm probably going to be pretty angry that I had to watch Victor Crowley again. There, I said it. Until then, be good, everyone.
One of the biggest reasons why Hatchet 3 feels like such a different movie is because Adam Green did not direct it. BJ McDonald directed it, who is a friend of mine. I do too. We met through doing Survival of the Film Freaks, but I still talk to him. Lost his house in the fires last year.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Him. Why did I say it that way? Me and him had a long conversation about Hatchet 3, and he is not an Adam Green fan. And the way that all kind of came together was interesting. And I don't know if he's ever told that story in public. I don't think he would have a problem telling it in public, but it's the type of thing where like there was definitely some, Adam didn't want to direct it, but Adam couldn't take his hands off it. And so like when you watch that movie, you can very much see what Adam Green wanted and what BJ was trying to do and how they were two very different things.
So it's Poltergeist.
Essentially, yes and no. Yes,
no,
and
I mean, yeah, to dumb it down, I mean, that's what we're familiar with.
No, I get it, but I know both Adam and I know BJ, so and I like both of them. I think they're both good people, so it's kind of one of those weird. It was a very weird thing when I was getting all of that information, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all right. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what Joe thinks of Victor Crowley, because I remember watching it and just being absolutely mortified by what he had done to like the character, considering Hatchet 3 was supposed to be the end. Like that was supposed to end it, and going back, but like also not like going back, but then start. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll talk about it next week. Let's hear Scott this week watch something, and let's hear what he thought of it, because that's what we usually do every single week.
Yep.
How about I do the first holy shit of the new year?
I mean, that's a pretty, enticing offer.
But
I was going to do it anyway.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, with Reverend Scott.
Frankenstein good, fire bad.
You got the details right, at least.
Yeah.
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And as you may or may not remember from last week, hard telling you're both really old, but you both did your top 10 of 2025 lists.
Did it happen?
A lot of movies.
Yeah, probably. Can we prove it?
And then after hearing my list, you both promptly changed your list to match my objectively correct top 10 list.
Very true.
Yeah. I would imagine that, that makes sense. I didn't think that's how we did it, but that's fine.
But to be fair, between the two of you, I think 6 of my 10 were on your lists.
Yeah.
And 6 out of 10 is still a failing grade. But then all was forgiven when Chris said this.
What was it, Strange Darlings? Is that what it was called?
Yes,
The Precious Darlings? That movie, I forgot what year that had come out, and I forgot when we had watched it, and I really had hoped that it was something I could put on the list this year, because that movie, and the ending of that movie has never left my head.
Yeah, that was Scott's number 1 last year, I think.
That's a fantastic choice. It's so sad, but so good. Best death scene I've ever seen in a movie. I've been thinking about it a lot, so I just feel like I need to say that again. Go watch that movie.
Fair enough.
Pretty hard to argue with that. But anyway, there were a couple of movies that I've seen since my list was done that I have yet to talk about. One of those was The Housemaid, starring Sydney Sweeney, which I was informed was based on a book. And whenever I hear that, I think to myself,
I don't care. Just fucking make it awesome.
and I have to say, it was actually pretty awesome. And I'm not just saying that because Sydney Sweeney gets naked a few times.
Okay, that's fair.
This is a thoroughly entertaining story that has mystery, intrigue, twists, turns, shocking moments, and a happy ending.
Yes!
No, Bill, not that. I mean, it has a satisfying conclusion, but also a happy ending.
Yes!
So anyway, I recommend The Housemaid, and I give it a B+. The other film I saw is more what I wanted to discuss today, because I saw Timothée Chalamet play the man, the myth, the asshole, Marty Supreme. Co-wrote and directed by Josh Safdie, one half of the Safdie brothers who wrote and directed Good Time, and more importantly, Uncut Gems. That's important to remember as I get into this film a little bit more.
Don't let me forget.
Okay.
Because there's a good chance I will.
Well, yeah.
Marty Supreme is a film about a shoe salesman and professional table tennis player in 1952 named Marty Mauser. And you know he sells shoes because in the intro to the film, he bangs his friend Rachel in the back room of the shoe store, and then we're treated with a full big screen video of sperm swimming into an egg, which then transitions into a ping pong ball. And the title of the movie, How Not Crass. It's the first of several unhinged sequences throughout the film that I'm guessing are meant to be funny, but I think most of the audience were thinking,
like, oh shit, what the fuck's this?
I don't know. That's weird.
Marty has wild ambitions to get America on the map for ping pong, but he needs a hefty chunk of money to get to London to try and win a competition. His uncle, who employs him and who also has money, is not buying this ping pong shit and denies Marty the money. Marty feels that he deserves to go by any means necessary, and if his uncle won't give him the money, he decides,
I'll take it.
So he forces his coworker to stage a robbery and gets the money from the safe, and then it's off to London he goes. That's where Marty meets Gwyneth Paltrow's character, Kay Stone. She's a well-known actress that no longer makes films, but she's still famous and trying to make a comeback in the theater. She's married to this uber-rich bald asshole named Milton Rockwell, played by Kevin O'Leary. Yes, that Kevin O'Leary, the bald guy from Shark Tank. You know the one.
Sure. I don't care.
Marty must have some serious game despite looking like a rat because he gets all up in Kay Stone, then gets her to come watch him win the tournament. He cruises through the semifinals but eventually faces Koto Endo, the sole Japanese player in the tournament, which Marty easily wins, becomes the champion of the world, and the movie ends.
Hopefully, yeah.
No, of course not. He gets his ass kicked. Sure, he did pretty well, but Marty was ultimately no match for Endo. Afterwards, Milton Rockwell offers Marty a chance to play in this exhibition game against Endo in Japan for some big money, but here's the catch. Marty's got to throw the match so all the Japanese people can just have a fit over how great Endo is. Well, Marty's ego won't allow for that. But he does agree to take a gig where he's the opening act for the Harlem Globetrotters, where he goes all around the world with his ping pong buddy there, and I imagine he got paid a lot of money to do that, but what does he do with that money? I have no idea, and they don't tell us. Regardless, he returns to New York eventually and barely escapes arrest because his uncle is still pissed about that money he took to go to London. Jeez, dude, how do you even still remember that? Then he sees Rachel, and she's fucking 8 months pregnant and married now. She says it's Marty's baby, but he's like,
I'm not feeling it.
He's even pissed that she got married, but she's like, well, you've been gone for like 8 months, bro. So what the fuck was I supposed to do? So he says, good luck with that baby that's definitely not mine. And he ditches Rachel to go stay at some hotel with his cab driver buddy, Wally, played by Tyler, the Creator. Marty tells Wally that he needs to get out to the upcoming World Championship of Ping Pong. But Wally informs Marty that he has a $1,500 fine he has to pay to the league, and until that happens, he's banned. That's the equivalent of like $18,000 or $19,000 today. Marty sure as shit doesn't have that. He can't even afford a room at the hotel without Wally helping him pay. And while at the hotel, something happens that sets off a series of events that takes up like 90 minutes of this 2.5-hour runtime. It involves an old man that has a dog, and I won't spoil how all this goes down, but the owner of the dog offers a lot of money to Marty to take the dog to the vet. So Marty agrees, takes the money, and instead goes to the bowling alley where they have ping pong tables and tries to scam a bunch of guys out of their money. Because Marty knows that they have some money, and he's like,
we need that.
The scam puts Wally in danger and gets Wally's cab damaged in the process, and the dog falls out of the car and runs off towards some farmhouse. We spend the next hour plus of the movie watching Marty go from Rachel to Kay Stone to the dog owner to basically anyone he can find to try and use them or scam them into getting himself the money he needs for this tournament. It's shameless, narcissistic, scummy, dangerous, illegal, and anything else you can think of. He's like a human ping pong ball bouncing between scams. Occasionally, you'll be treated to another scene that leaves you saying,
Oh man, this is fucking crazy.
like when his ping pong friend there that did the Harlem Globetrotters tour with him randomly tells the Shark Tank guy about how he was at a concentration camp and found a beehive and the gross things that he did after that I won't spoil, but it's disturbing, and they show it up close. It's apparently a true story also, and this is loosely based off of some real-life events of some other ping pong player guy, but how it's shoehorned into this movie was very off-putting. It's like Josh Safdie was like looking at the accounts of these guys' lives and various stories that they told while he was writing a scene and thought,
We have that.
Yeah.
We have that.
Yeah.
and just stuffed them into the script. So anyway, Marty has sex several more times with Kay Stone and tries to scam her several times, and meanwhile is still trying to use her husband Mitch to get into the championship, and he constantly lies, cheats, steals, and scams at every turn, which is when I realized this is basically meant to be a spiritual sequel to Uncut Gems. See, I told you I'd bring that back up.
Yeah, nice.
Adam Sandler's character in Uncut Gems spends the whole film making one terrible money decision after another, leading to one of the most anxiety-filled nightmares of a life you've ever seen. It's genuinely one of the most stressful movies to watch that's ever been made, but that's also what made it a memorable and great movie, in my opinion, even when you're thinking,
Oh my God, like this is some really, really dark shit.
you just can't look away from it. And yelling at the screen for him to stop making things worse. And despite how Sandler acts, you still end up kind of rooting for him to make it out in one piece. And despite it being so stressful to watch, you think,
I was not upset I watched that.
Marty Supreme tries this very same thing and just fails miserably at it. Marty is constantly a manipulative, cocky asshole. And never once did I feel like I was ever rooting for him or had sympathy for him or wanted him to succeed in any way whatsoever. What felt like a spiraling series of compounding events sending a shitty yet sympathetic Adam Sandler deeper and deeper into a hole in Uncut Gems feels like a never-ending series of unrelated scams by a narcissistic asshole using everyone that ever cared about him in Marty Supreme. And don't think you're going into a sports movie about triumphing over adversity. There's barely any ping pong even in this movie. And that special orange Marty Supreme branded ping pong ball is literally thrown out the window. The last 10 minutes of this movie just tries to make it seem like Marty might have hit a turning point in his life finally. He just realized what's truly important. But to me, it felt completely soulless and unearned. The final scene pulls at your heartstrings, but it feels so manipulative and out of left field, not to mention out of character, that it just falls completely flat.
I just don't understand how you put that much time, that much effort, that much money, only to let it end on a wet fart.
Here's the thing. This movie has a staggering 94% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Multiple YouTube reviewers I've watched talk about how they rooted for Marty and they loved Marty in this movie and talk about their favorite scenes. Generally, those were the scenes that I hated the most. And these are big-time YouTube channels I generally trust to give an honest opinion. It's not like it was P. Diddy giving a paid endorsement.
I'm Sean Combs. None of this is true. You don't have to listen to me.
Despite all the praise I'm seeing online everywhere by big accounts, this is my segment and I don't give a fuck. I still hated this movie.
Fuck off. I have the power in this. You're not going to scare me.
So no, I'm not going to recommend Marty Supreme. It ruined my Christmas. It ruined my childhood. I give it a straight D. I'd go lower, but the music was fine. It was shot fine. It was edited fine. Many of the characters did incredibly well. Tyler, the creator, was amazing. Odessa Azion, however you say her name, she was stupendous as Rachel. Hell, even Penn Jillette makes an appearance as an asshole farmer. Even he comes off more sympathetic than Marty does.
I know, right? That's amazing.
I can't imagine how pissed I'd be if I'd seen all these reviews and glowing for this movie before I watched it.
This was one that I really thought was going to be a huge letdown because everybody was saying how great it was.
And it was a huge letdown. Review over.
God damn it. Aren't you human? What's going on?
Apparently not.
That's it for me this week. I tried not to spoil anything major in the film, so maybe one day you guys can see it and tell me what you thought about Marty fucking Supreme. Just know that there's no changing my mind at this point. My review is set in stone now.
You can't interact with it. There's no way to fix it. It's done.
So until the next asshole ping pong scammer sleeps with the wife of the guy on Shark Tank, peace and love, guys. Wow, that was a long one this week. You want to add anything before we go?
That's kind of the stuff there. You got anything else you want to make mention of?
Yeah, I got to pee.
And strangely enough, I've got to pee right now. So
yeah, it's always true.
Yeah. So that's the first show of the year, 2026, first one in the books. Boom.
Not bad. Not bad.
If you like the show and you'd like to support us, go to patreon.com/outside the cinema. All the money we generate there goes into keeping the show on the air. So if you like the show, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
Follow Chris and I on Instagram and those places at Cthulhu, at OTC Bill. Make sure you check out SpectopiaArts.com.
Yep. We're getting back on that soon because,
and if you haven't watched, don't forget to leave. And you have a library that uses Hoopla. You can do that.
Yeah, you should.
There's a DVD that's available for pre-order too through Amazon.
Nice.
So if you want to pre-order that DVD, you can do that.
Nice.
That's all we got. We'll be back next week with another show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Everyone have a good week. Bye-bye.
Petty jealousies, orgies, and lesbian games.